This problem, question 11, says order the following numbers from least to greatest. The easiest way to do this is convert them to decimals first. So I'm going to do negative 11 halves in the calculator. So I would type in negative 11 divided by 2, and it gives me negative 5.5. So negative 5.5 square root of 20. Funny thing is the previous question actually told us that, but you could type it in to your calculator too. Square root 20, you'll see 4.4. So I would estimate that as 4.4. For negative 4.2 is already written as a decimal. 0 is written that way too. And then I got to do 12 divided by 7, which gives me 1.7. And then pi, I'm going to estimate it as 3.14. So the first thing I'm going to do now is go through and find the smallest number. So I'm going to look at negatives first because they're always smaller than positive numbers. And weirdly enough, the bigger the number is when it's negative, the smaller it is. So 5.5 is the smallest. The only other negative is negative 4.2. So that's going to be the second smallest. Now I'm going to start going into the positives. 0 is the smallest number that I know. And then it looks like 1.7, 3.14, and 4.4 is what's left. Well, 1.7 is smaller than those other two. And 3.14 is smaller than 4.4. So now I've got to figure out, okay, so I'm going to go down through and say, it's got to start with negative 11 halves. So it has to start with, this one does, and this one does. So I can automatically cancel these two answers. I know that those will not work because they do not start with negative 11 halves. The next thing I got to look for, well, the next part was, it said 4.2 was second. So looking at these two that I have here left, the second number is at negative 4.2. It is on A. So for A would be my answer. So A is my answer because for this one, pi is not second.